Do rainy days get you down? When you look out on a landscape and there's an absence of color, do you find it depressing? Do gray days put a damper on your attitude? Is it because you perceive it as lifeless or lacking any beauty? But every day can't be all sunshine and blue skies. Think about how the flowers need rain to bloom into their beautiful blossoms. Seeds need rain to grow good food for us to eat. The grass would never turn green if it were not for the rain. The rainy days and rainy seasons are a part of life and necessary for sustaining life. I love rainy days. I found the sound of the rain soothing and comforting. The sound of a gentle rain might even relax you to sleep. It might be a good day to take a nap. We all need rest every now and then. My cats take at least 3 naps a day, morning, afternoon, and early evening. Sometimes I join them for an afternoon nap when I feel I need it. Why do I love rainy days, you ask? What can be enjoyed on a rainy day? Lots of things. First, let me tell you why I love rainy days. When I was a young child, our stepmother would almost daily yell at us children, "Go outside and play!" I don't know if she just wanted peace and quiet, or she just hated our presence. I don't remember us being particularly noisy children, but perhaps we were. There were 6 of us. I raised 6 of my own children, and I would have to say yes, children are noisy. But I had 5 boys. She only had 3. When all my children grew up and left home, my house became quiet. And then I realized how very much I enjoy the quiet. Back to my story. Rainy days were the only days we were not ordered to go outside to play. And it was the only days she would let us pull out all the paper, scissors, glue, crayons, and paints, and let us overtake the dining room table and make a mess. I don't know why I call it a dining table. We didn't have a dining room. It was just a big table in the kitchen, the only table in the house. You know, that's kind of funny because I have multiple tables throughout my whole house today, and most of them are for doing projects on. Each table has a purpose. I have a sewing table, a game table, a card-making table, a drawing desk, a project table, an eating table, a computer desk, and in my woodwork shop, I have a bench and a table saw and a toolbox with a table on top. Tables are useful places for doing things. Rainy days were days to get creative. I loved them. I have always enjoyed creative ventures because I like making things. I like being creative. So when rainy days come around, I want to do something creative. Rainy days are great days for sketching. Or painting. Rainy days are great days for basket making. Rainy days are great days for knitting or crocheting. Rainy days are great days for card making. Rainy days are great days for snuggling up with a good book. Rainy days are great days for practicing on an instrument. Or learning something new. Rainy days are great days for baking. Rainy days have the perfect humidity for making fudge. I like to make fudge or no-bake cookies on rainy days because I have a better chance of success because of the humidity in the air. Otherwise, they come out too dry or overcooked or not cooked enough. But rainy days are perfect for those kinds of foods. Rainy days are great days for cleaning, rainy days are great days for indoor exercising. Rainy days are great days for resting. What fun thing do you like to do on rainy days? Comment below. Probably have a few more branches to pick up after this is over. Telling yourself negative messages set yourself up for defeat before you even try. You don't want to have a defeatist mindset. You know, there really is power in positive thinking. So we already have to combat a world full of negative messaging. If you watch the mainstream media news, they seem to be designed to make you feel afraid, full of fear, worried about the future, and to make you depressed, thinking that the world is falling apart. We can't even trust the regular sources if they're telling the truth anymore, because so much fraud has been exposed. The internet has made it possible for us to be far more aware of events and news happenings around the globe. Most of what you hear about today has been going on for decades, even centuries. The Bible tells us there is nothing new under the sun. Ever since man has walked the earth, evil has existed because we are all sinners. We're born with inherent sinful nature. And with independent journalism taking over the talking points, the light has been shined on what used to be hidden sins or crimes. We need to unplug ourselves from these things and not allow them to dominate our thinking. I choose not to watch mainstream news, and I choose not to be on social media. The problem with social media is, well, actually there's a lot wrong with it, but one of the biggest problems with social media, just like mainstream legacy media, it has become a propaganda tool designed to manipulate your thoughts. They decide what you can see and what you're allowed to hear. They encourage what you should talk about. They hide the real facts from you. So why bother spending any time with it? It just wastes your life away anyhow. Too many people are caught up in the digital world and have stopped living in the realm of reality. I fear young people are being drawn into the digital world at younger and younger ages and to a greater degree. I choose to disconnect from it and spend my energies being creative because that is good for my mind. Being creative or doing something creative is a great way to break from the digital world and to learn to live in reality. I firmly believe that being creative in any form helps to balance our spirit and our mind. The left side of the brain is involved in logic, math, and science, facts. The right side of the brain is the creative side of the brain. We need to exercise both sides of our mind to be properly balanced. I believe we were born as creative beings, but somehow many grow away from being creative as they grow older. Being creative maintains the little child in us. So go outside and splash in the mud puddles. Make mud pies. Learn to have fun. I hope that this short video inspires you to get motivated when you find yourself on a rainy day. Turn that gloom into something wonderful, and you will feel better about yourself. Have a great day.